This is an introduction to noun clauses, gerund phrases, and infinitive phrases. Let's put this in the larger context of what kinds of clauses exist. Remember that a clause, by definition, is made up of a subject and a predicate, meaning that there's a subject in there and definitely also a verb. If a subject predicate structure can stand alone, that's an independent clause. If it must be embedded inside another clause, it's a dependent or subordinate clause. One type of dependent clause is relative clause, and the kind we're taking up now is a noun clause. These come in two flavors, that clauses and WH clauses. We're going to see some examples, but first, let's take a look at how to tell the difference between a relative clause and a noun clause. Look at these two sentences. On the surface, they look really similar, but the structure is not the same. In the first one, we have a relative clause that we can accept. You can tell it's a relative clause because it's modifying the head noun phrase, a plan. While in the second sentence, there is no head noun phrase there. And that we can accept the plan is a noun clause. It's taking the place of a noun phrase, not modifying one. There is one other difference. In a relative clause, the word that has a function. In this case, in the relative clause that we can accept, the word that is a direct object. But in a noun clause, as in the second sentence, that we can accept the plan, there is a complete structure there. We is the subject and can accept the plan is the predicate. That's already a clause, and the word that just introduces it. So that's another structural difference between these two. Let's do a little bit more with noun clauses. They take the place of a noun phrase. For example, that we can accept the plan is a that clause, so one type of noun clause, and instead you could have a plain noun phrase. Either way, that underlined part in both sentences is the direct object. Or what about a WH clause? What I've been looking for is this other type of noun clause, a WH clause. And you could have maybe just a pronoun instead of it. In the second pair of sentences, the underlined part in both cases is the predicate noun. That is its function in the sentence. Now, before we go to the next part, a note on words ending in ing. Notice that there are two kinds that they look identical, but they don't function in the same way, so they are distinct. Swimming in Pat is swimming is a participle, which means it is a verb. It's functioning as a verb. And what looks like the word, but is not, in swimming is fun. Here it's actually taking the place of a noun phrase. The second swimming is a gerund. It's still, in some cases, you can see that it has some characteristics of a verb, but it functions as a noun. So participles and gerunds are not the same thing, even though they may look identical. Okay, so bringing this back to where we were, noun clauses do the work of a noun phrase, and gerund phrases and infinitive phrases also do the work of a noun phrase. For example, seeing the suspect occurs in the same place as a pronoun could. In this third pair of sentences, the underlined part is a direct object. So seeing the suspect is a gerund phrase. And finally, to see Bloom and group is an infinitive phrase, and it occurs in the same place as a pronoun, for example, could. In this fourth pair, the underlined part in each sentence is a predicate noun.